can't walk very far in these parts without being greeted with a War Eagle. And boy, do they hope it will be a joyous one today. Welcome to Jordan-Hare Stadium in the home of the Auburn Tigers. Today, we have one of those games that tests your focus. Top 25 team against an unranked opponent. Can you take care of business? As we'll see a squad from the Mountain West, the UNLV Rebels. Auburn will kick off and get us underway. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. So UNLV's return team will have that offense backed up. And here he comes, guys, the man who makes everything go.
Everything in this offense is built around his ability. He's got such great field vision. He's got it all.
He is must-watch TV. Let's not get it twisted. People show up to this stadium. People are watching back at home because of this guy right here.
And you see so many smart wide receivers, so many smart tight ends nowadays that they know where the holes in those zones are, and they work with their quarterback, and they find them, and they sit down in them and make big plays. It's tough to sit back in zone and get such smart players nowadays.
Out to the 35-yard line and a little extra breathing room with that 15-yard pickup.
You want to settle everybody in on the road? You want to take the nerves away? Run the football. Really, really good job. The offensive line, they're physical and nasty. They're not nervous. They're not worried about this crowd getting loud. They just want to hit you right in the mouth.
And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. Keep bringing the heat like that, you can fall in line with the likes of Derek Brown or Nick Fairley.
I still remember that Nick Fairley season where he put the defense on his back. Cam Newton took care of the offense, but he ruled the defense, making big plays, getting in the backfield, getting after quarterbacks.
They made the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football. A great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting the football, letting them get some positive yards.
On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with a sack.
And you don't want to see this trend continue. Last week he was sacked 4 times. The offensive line, this offense as a whole, needs to get in better situations, get rid of the football faster, and not keep getting their quarterback hit.
He'll try to field the ball and bring it back. He was working his way on the return toward midfield. They'll stop him at the 46. The Tigers offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. And they seem to believe that they can take big plays away and man coverage by just locking him up in this matchup, David.
Yeah, and it's hard to lock down a great wide receiver, but a great defensive back versus a great wide receiver, we got a showdown.
Yeah, let's be honest, David. Most defenses don't have a dude like that cornerback that could do that in a game like this, but this matchup is unique, and it's going to really determine the outcome of the game.
On 1st and 10 from the 38. They'll try the run. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. And if you can have that kind of success on 1st down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down. Here comes Auburn to the line on 1st and 10. To the ground, he's got it again. They pull him down at the 17 after a pickup of 3. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. They've softened them up with a run. Now to throw it. Running with power. They get him down, but this offense is set up 1st and goal from the 9. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. They'll try to get it in with the run. Gets it inside the 10, picks up a yard. They'll mark it at the 9. Defense rolls up, deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He's looking to throw. Snags it. The pass play, they hoped, would spread the defense out and create a one-on-one opportunity, but they were equal to the challenge.
Yeah, and that's a play the receiver would love to have back. It looked for a second like he might be able to break that tackle and score a touchdown. Just wasn't able to get it done.
Buys a little extra time. And he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Auburn! Lining up for the PAT. And the PAT makes it 7-0. That drive covered 55 yards for the score. And what a way to finish it with a 9-yard touchdown run. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the return will be brought down. UNLV ready to go back to work on offense. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
Makes the catch and steps out of bounds, but short of the first down. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. He'll pull it on the read. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball off.
Really explosive when he gets his hands on the ball, and he found a couple of crevices and made a nice game before being run out of bounds. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. You want to talk about a drive where you impose your will? That's what they did, running it down for a touchdown, David.
There is nothing more demoralizing than that for a defense. To be physically pounded, the run is coming, you know it's coming, and you can't stop it.
Nothing the defense can do. That is mano-a-mano up front. And your guys getting a push, they know you're running it, and they still can't stop it.
Got enough space, and he watches it for the score. Touchdown, Tiger.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
And he takes this from inside the 5. And the returner will be brought down. Guys, the running Rebels offense ready to go back to work. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jeff. And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line.
But for this defense, finally, you're seeing pressure on the quarterback. They're outside the top 50 in sacks per game. They've been waiting to find some more consistent pressure to help them win games, and they're getting it in this game now. 3 sacks on the day. They're just simply winning and doing a better job executing up front on the attack.
Nice job by the defense, staying clean, getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football. Knowing he's a threat, I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the defense.
On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. And it's intercepted. A turnover for the defense. He is finally out of bounds, but he was smelling that end zone on that return.
Well, the defense was expecting pass on that one. 3rd and long, they dial up the perfect coverage and a great job in the back end, reading and reacting to the quarterback when the ball was in the air, coming away with a massive interception.
He's got it down to the 1-yard line, right on the doorstep of Pater.
Well, with this situation on the field, this defense has their hands full because this running back just seems to have the nose for the end zone. Of course, he scored his last time out. He's really good down here close to the goal line, finding creases.
This defense was put in a difficult spot, but they've made it tough, and now the offense faces 3rd and goal. Trying to run it in. Touchdown, Tiger! And they kick it in for 6 more points. They've extended the lead and taken control here in Week 9. And with the extra point, they're up 21-0.
You know, this offense knew coming into the season it was so important for this guy to stay healthy. They needed him week in, week out because he plays at such a high level. And he's showing it here. That last carry was his 10th rushing touchdown of the season.
The UNLV offense ready to return to the field. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn the page, calm him down, to go out and refocus this drive.
Yeah, and some people do that better than others, but you got to show some trust in him. Maybe get the ground game going, help around him a little bit with this system.
It's that hole for 4 and gets it out to the 16. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On 3rd and long, trying to convert through the air. He's got his man. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
Hard work pays off, guys. These offenses work so hard week in and week out, working on those critical down distances, 3rd downs. And having that conversion this early in the game, that's got to feel good for this offense.
And they'll make the stop, and we are headed to the end of the first period. Now on 2nd down. That's the end of the quarter, and Auburn has the lead. They largely dominated this first quarter as indicated by the stats. Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. Looking for a man. It's Washington. Pressure coming. And there was no way to go for this quarterback, and down he goes.
And the defense just gets their 4th sack of the day. Guess what? This offensive line, they gave up 4 last week, too. So you need some consistency up front. Make sure you protect that QB that can make those big plays for you.
Into double coverage, and they made him pay. It's intercepted. Got room on the return. He steps out of bounds, but not only does he get the ball back, what a return to set up his offense.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision.
Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. Quickly complete. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
And quarterbacks love running backs who can catch the ball because they're stat patterns. That's an easy throw for this quarterback to make. He's just letting his running back do all the work. Get him the football out in space and let the magic happen.
And the running back didn't get much there. Nice job by the defense. You can tell they're focused in on this running back, on this run game, being physical, getting knockbacks, and limiting his carries.
He rolls all the way down to the 5-yard line before they finally get him stopped. The Tigers trying to cash it in on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
The run up the middle, looking for the score. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
It's looking like they're going to have to try to throw this one into the end zone here on 3rd down, David. Quarterback's got to be careful. Can't get greedy because you know these windows, they close fast.
Extremely tight windows. Find your big body guys that you know can win in contested situations here on 3rd down.
Touchdown, Tigers. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
And they tacked on the extra point. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He'll start the return inside his 5. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. UNLV ready to go back to work on offense. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drop?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? You can be a great player. You got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
Great job at contained by his defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic.
Fires and picked off. Got some room to run. Touchdown, Auburn. How about that D coming up with a play like that? Look, a lot of time left. There's a little bit of distance right now being put on the score.
There it is. But it's so awesome with your defense. You study all week about what's coming and what routes to be ready for, and then you jump the route and you make the plays and you just go get in that end zone. It is so beautiful.
On the run from inside his own 5. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. Guys, the running Rebels offense ready to go back to work. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen. So you've got...
Oh, picked off. He was looking for a little more on that return, but he hands this offense a short field at the 35.
I tell you what, I don't know if I'm going to try him much more. Goodness gracious, you can tell he's ready for what he's seeing. Second interception. I would not throw near that guy anymore. You want to try the other side of the field.
They'll go to the ground. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Quarterback now breaking the field. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose.
And those are so frustrating when you're a defense and you swarm to the football, and you stick the quarterback, and you make him cough it up just to have the other team recover it again, and you don't get it. Still a good stick, still a good physical play. Keep hitting that quarterback.
At the 20, he's got space. This senior quarterback moving the chains and picking up a first down for his team. The Tigers come to the line with a new set of downs. To the ground with the back. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big game.
Quarterback strolling away from Heat. Looking for the score. He snares it in the end zone. Touchdown, Auburn.
And what a nice play call and nice execution. Play action, you're thinking run. Quarterback pulls it out, throws the football right behind those guys, and gets the touchdown.
Yeah, it was a nice job there by the quarterback, too, on the ball handle. He just froze the defense just long enough to help those wide receivers and targets get some separation in the end zone. And at that point, just...
The UNLV offense ready to return to the field. Well, let's see if this drive goes better than the last one. They were in and out quickly after the quick pick, David.
Yeah, first play, big mistake, man. Now, let's get this offense in a little bit of rhythm. Maybe before you open it up and get home, or you trust him right away.
He seems to me like the guy maybe that just needs to kind of get into the flow of the game. So maybe you get the running game going here and just give him some easy looks to let him get lathered up.
He's going to take off, and he's knocked down.
These guys aren't human either. I mean, they got to survey the field, throw the football, make deep passes, and then guess what else? They pull the ball down, take off, and make big chunks of plays on the ground. It's just impossible to be on defense nowadays.
Well, the ball carrier there was just hoping his speed was going to get him to the outside and turn the corner, but nothing working. The defense forces him out of bounds for a loss.
Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. He gets a block. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute there.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Line getting set on second down. They'll keep it on the ground. Just couldn't get away from the tackle.
Man, nowhere to run on that play.
Do better. But that's the problem. Are they able to do better?
And that's why you keep trying things, right? Keep trying to get on the perimeter, run it up the middle, try different things to see what you do well.
Wants to go up top. Caught, close to the marker, it's Kane. Now they're really starting to threaten as they pick up the first down at the 34-yard line. Keeping it on the ground with the running back. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
A shot toward the end zone. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score. Ball's at the 26. It's 3rd and short, and they'd love to pick up the first down and avoid settling for the field goal. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Well, as a defense, you know this is going to be a challenge every time you face this offense. They're one of the 25 best in the nation at getting first downs because they can pick them up and
gets it into the end zone, but wait a minute. We'll have to check out the laundry on the field. Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. Auburn comes to the line with a 1st and goal. On the option. Oh, there's a loose football on the bad pitch. That football must be riveted to your rib cage. How can you let it go? At least they fell on it. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Touchdown, Tiger! And they take it in for 6 more points. He has been unstoppable. The ultimate dual threat. Positively jam-tastic.
And that dude is just so incredible to watch. And that's what he's putting on display. He's looking like that. Just whatever he wants to do, it's working. And this Auburn offense is cooking.
On the move from inside his 5. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. UNLV ready to go back to work on offense. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
But you've also had some miscues on offense, a big part of why you're losing the game right now. I'd take it into halftime, make my adjustments, and come out ready in the second.
Yeah, I'm going to take it at halftime too, but I'm trying to put some points up right here. Be aggressive, set the tone, be like, hey, listen, this is what you're going to get in the second half, so if you want something really quick, you can go to.
All lined up and ready to go for a great second half ahead. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. Looking for a productive play on first down. Quick touch pass to the receiver. Nice move to keep running. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. Let's see how successful they'll be on 1st and 10. Wide receiver coming across in motion. They're setting up the screen. Not able to break the big one on that screen to the running back, but he found enough and a solid pickup on first down.
Love the execution there on the screen. The running back shows pass protect. Last second turns around, so he's able to get the ball. The D linemen have already run past him. Now he can turn upfield for a big gainer.
On second down, looking again to throw. And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe need a few more chain links to move the sticks. 3rd and short from the 44, and we might know if they plan to go for it on 4th down by what they call here. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Nice job by this defense. Listen, you got to understand, they're going to run the football. They're going to try to milk the clock, Jesse. They got the huge lead.
Haven't been a lot of good plays for this defense in this game so far, so can they build on that one? Can they create some turnovers here in the second half to get back in this game?
And he gets it to the 45-yard line, and that'll be a first down. And the Tigers are on the move. He'll come out throwing on first down. Trying to escape and get it himself. Still running at the 40. And the defense finally makes the stop after this sweet run and good gain.
Sometimes these guys just have eyes in the back of their head. You saw it right there. He was able to buy himself time, get outside the pocket, and at that point, I think the decision was pretty easy. Hey, I can go get this with my feet. He was able to do that. Now they got a fresh set of downs.
Trying to make magic on the scramble. They make the stop, but what a job on the scramble to get loose and pick up that first down. Auburn ready to go back to work after getting another first down. Fires to the wideout. Tosses it incomplete.
And when you're a quarterback, man, I know wide receivers are great athletes and they're supposed to catch everything that gets near them, but when you don't put it right on the center, when they're running a lot of times, it just makes it a little bit more difficult. And I think he did that a little bit too much for his wide receiver right there.
Fires to the right. It's complete. Touchdown, Tiger! And the punishment has been extended. He has been surgical. Precision passing, using the scalpel, the fine instrument, rather than the blunt one.
And the defense has had absolutely no answer. Just, he's been down on throats all game long, a step ahead, understanding what he's seeing, and just destroying this defense.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down to the ground. The offense lining up for a first down play. Give to the back. Open space at the 25. All kinds of running room. Powers through. The 10. And he takes it all the way. They couldn't stop him. Touchdown, Rebel.
Man, this guy is such a weapon because he's so dangerous if he gets into the second level. Great vision, and he shows you the speed.
Just straight wheels, erasing angles. A lot of times when you're chasing guys that are so fast like this, you're like, I got him, I got him. No, I do not. What a big, long touchdown run. Pad those stats, young fella.
Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. How about the way they attacked them last time they had the ball, mixing running pass and winding up in the end zone, Jesse?
That's why recruiting is so important. They've got weapons at every skill position on the field. Any of these guys is dangerous if they touch the football. Let's see what they do on this drive, David.
And so, Palmer, I got to take away something. I can't let them have everything and have success. I got to be aggressive against the run or play for the pass. I can't give them everything.
It's gone. Let me tell you, this senior quarterback can flat fit it in a tight window. They've got it at the 37. It's first and 10. He's going to pass. He's going to run it. At midfield, he's got room. And they're getting it rolling with that play to the 42-yard line.
You can tell this is a pass. He has his eyes down the field. He's looking to throw the football. But how nice is it when you've got a guy like this that can scramble and go get you a first down? It's just really hard to stop from a defensive perspective.
Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And sometimes you see great shooters and they get on fire and they just can't miss. And that's what this QB looks like the last couple of weeks, man. Just completion percentage through the roof, running the offense at an elite level. You can tell in complete control of this offense.
He makes a catch. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple short throws, just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called a perfect play at the perfect time right there.
They'll try to run it in. And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing? Auburn lines up quickly. They'll try to slam it in. Touchdown, Tiger. And the route is on. They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. And the returner goes down. ready to go back to work. There's certainly still a hill to climb, but they've got to make sure these drives pay off. Got a touchdown last time. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line. Let's see if they can get out of their own way on 2nd and long from the 8.
When you talk about outstanding pass rushers, you're always talking about dynamic guys, and he's been that each and every week for this defense. Speed, he's got power, you just simply can't block him, and that last play is his 10th sack of the season.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Got it set up on the outside. They play that screen nicely. He tried to find his way to the marker, but it'll be 4th down. Slips through the line. Excellent coverage and tackle that time, and that's how the 3rd quarter comes to a close. That's the end of the quarter, and Auburn has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. They'll start the drive here with 1st down to open this period. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Got it in the middle. It's Johnson.
You just got to get this guy going on offense. You got to hand it off to him. You got to throw it to him, too, on all different types of downs. I love it on 1st down here. Just getting him the ball in the passing game. Let him make something happen and set up 2nd and short.
Knocked down after a 3-yard gain to the 25.
I like the decision there in the RPO game, too, guys. I know he only got a couple of yards, but that play's going to open up bigger opportunities throwing the football down the field in the RPO game, too. So keep handing it off to this guy. Let him see what he can do. And when the defense...
Got some room into the goal line. Touchdown, Auburn. And the pummeling has started. They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their 4th straight win.
Man, this has been a complete performance. The defense has been lights out, and the offense, obviously, just continues to pour it on. This is what you call having a great day. Putting it all together, offense, defense, complementary football.
Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. The UNLV offense ready to return to the field. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot. You got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable in that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
Offense gets set for 2nd down. To the air. It's Moss. They're working that left side. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there. Still a little ground to cover to pick up the 1st. It's 3rd down from their own 34 as they try to keep the drive moving. They'll try to get it through the air. Just a short pass to the tight end. And he's knocked down, but not before moving the chains.
Really nice job there by the quarterback understanding it's blitz, and not just that it's blitz, but knowing whether it's man coverage or zone coverage behind the blitz. You've still got to know where your answer is going to be based on what the defense is doing in the back end, and then you add the answer to the test rate.
And here comes the offense on 2nd down. He wants to throw it again. Quickly to the tight end. He almost picked up the 1st down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. Just shy of midfield at the 47. The defense needs a 3rd down stop. They'll try to get the 1st through the air. Bought a little time, lets it go. He's got his man. They've got it inside the 40 at the 39 as they pick up the 1st down. And the Rebels are moving quickly down the field. They'll throw it on 1st down. Swings it out to his running back. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. Now facing some adversity on this drive after the loss of 4. It's 2nd and 14. He's looking to throw. Quarterback tried to scramble around for a while, but the defense able to bring him down. And they've converted their first 2 3rd down opportunities, but a 3rd and long is a different animal. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. And that pass picked off. Going the other way, and he's got room. Inside the 30. He's at the 10. And he has taken it all the way back. Touchdown, Auburn! With that last score, being comfortable here in the fourth as they are headed to a 7-1 record. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Gentlemen, let's take a look at what's happening in this exciting college football game. Georgia is currently trailing, but if this young star leads a comeback today, he could join Matthew Stafford and Stetson Bennett among the greats to play in Athens. It's a close one right now. They're trailing by 1 to UConn. Your boy KC has you covered here in studio, guys, in case anything changes in this one.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us.
Yeah, and this defense just putting the cherry on top of the sundae. They've been all over the place. They've done a great job. Their offense has built a huge lead. We're just counting down the minutes on the clock now.
From the shotgun, they'll run it. Just a solid stop by this sophomore. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Looking downfield, it's Moss. Coming after it. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming. The Rebels will send out the punt unit. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. He takes it at the 45. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yards you can and help out the offense. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out. Everybody right now on the same page.
2nd down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense will be quite content just to drain the rest of the time away. Coming to the line, looking for that 1st down on 3rd and short from the 29. Forced out of the pocket. Unleashes one. Complete downfield. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a 1st down. He'll do it himself. Headed to the end zone. He rumbles all the way down to the 2-yard line. He gave him a little bit of everything on that one. Now with a 1st and goal, let's see what Auburn's got cooking. Touchdown, Tiger. And the stomping has commenced. They push out that lead a bit and draw much closer to a win here in Week 9.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me, or I should get concerned, because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
UNLV ready to go back to work on offense. This has been an old-fashioned fanny paddling, David. I mean, they've just got taken behind the woodshed.
There's nothing to say. This has been an absolute beatdown. Dominated from the start, Jesse, to almost the finish now. They have got nothing left.
Everyone's going to have a real hard look at themselves, I think, this week after watching the film and in practice. And they just got to take accountability. They have to understand, man for man in this offense, they've got to do a better job next time they're on the field.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, back up inside their 20. Can't make the grab. Quarterback just missed him a little bit. And the Rebels will line up to punt it away. Makes the catch and now looking for just a little bit of daylight. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. Firmly in control of this game. We'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense here should feel really good about their performance today, too. They had a really good game plan coming into this one. They went out and they executed at a very high level.
Yeah, lights out, and this game's over. I'm interested to see the philosophy now. Do we keep chucking the pill and keep
looking for the end zone? Touchdown, Tiger! And the beatdown has ensued.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
This is what an elite team does. They know they're better. They go out. They take the figurative sledgehammer and hit them right between...